Welcome to this month's market update and outlook, where we take a look at the key events that shaped Indian equity markets over the past month and what lies ahead. After the strong rebound from the lows in March 2025, Indian equity markets consolidated in July with key benchmark indices declining around 3%. At present, the macroeconomic environment remains challenging due to tariff policy uncertainties, geopolitical conflicts, and a fragile growth outlook. On the domestic side, markets were weighed down by muted corporate earnings growth, patchy recovery of urban demand, slower credit offtake, and higher market valuation. With the latest round of tariffs, the average effective duty on Indian exports has now surged to 50%, up from 25% earlier, which was announced on July 31st. With this, India now faces one of the highest tariff burdens globally. The US Fed kept interest rate unchanged in July, holding off on a rate cut despite pressure from President Trump. While this stance reflects concerns that record high tariffs may reignite inflation fears, however, market still expects that there will be a 50 basis rate cut in the second half of 2025. In the latest policy, the Monetary Policy Committee unanimously decided to keep interest rate unchanged at 5.5% and retained its neutral policy stance. The Monetary Policy Committee maintained its growth forecast at 6.5% for FY26, but flagged that downside risks have increased due to uncertain global trade environment. On the brighter side, the downward revision in its inflation forecast by 60 basis points, 3.1% for FY26, still gives some elbow room for the policy rate cut. After being net buyers for 3 straight months, foreign institutional investors sold Indian equities worth $2.1 billion in July. On the domestic side, domestic institutional investors continued to support the market and bought Indian equities worth $6.1 billion in July, driven by strong SIP momentum. The latest round of tariff hikes doesn't just impact India's merchandise exports, but also could influence the broader bilateral trade relationships and affect India's positioning in global trade alliances. Even though the domestic macroeconomic fundamentals remain broadly positive, the external environment such as tariffs, global policy uncertainty, and inflation dynamics continue to weigh on investor confidence. That's all for this month's market update. Thank you for watching, and as always, we'll keep you updated with the latest market developments.